Right now, I'm in the middle of getting ready to embroider about 2 dozen or so bucket hats, and I just have to contact my customer first to verify what color is going on each of these bucket hats of his specific logo. And you always want to call and contact the customer and verify something if you're unsure about what color or what design is going on a specific garment, because you don't want to mess it up. And also, I'd advise you to make sure you get some type of written communication. Make sure you text or you email, so that if there's any discrepancy, you could say, see, right here, you said this color right here, you know what I mean? So you can be off the hook and everything is clear, and you can have something to look at while you're working on your orders, all right? So that's my word of advice for you guys today. The most difficult part about working with these bucket hats is finding out and learning exactly how to hoop them so that you can embroider successfully and not, once again, butcher somebody's hat and have to pay for it. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how I hoop these stuff, and you know how you guys can, a strategy that you guys can implement using just a regular hoop, nothing special. Full disclosure, I do not create these designs. I do not come up with these customers' artwork. Okay, so whatever it is you want me to embroider, you send me your design and I put it onto the garment for you when you pay me. All right, so I have don't want to get into any political debates or anything like that. Yeah, I don't care about that stuff. All I care about is making your dreams come to light. Okay, so let's just start there. All right. One thing I like to do in preparation is to go ahead and embroider a small version of the customer's design on a little small piece of paper, small 2 pieces of stabilizer, and I go ahead and place it on one of the garments just to see what it would look like. And in this instance, I think that the font should be a little smaller, so I'm going to get a small tape measure, like the ones that seamstresses use. Seamstresses, the one that you know what I'm talking about. The smaller, the not like a construction man's tape measure, like a one that ravels around. All right, I'm gonna get one of those. I'm gonna measure out the size that I think would look good on the garment, and then I'm gonna readjust my digitizing to that specific size so it looks better to my eyes. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do right now, and I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hoop up a nice amount of hats so that the process can be easy, because this specific design is only about maybe 6,000 stitches, so it's gonna be, I'm gonna get this job done really fast. All right, maybe 45 minutes at the most. All right, so I'm gonna hoop up maybe like about 8 hats to start, so that when one gets done, I'll put on another one. And I'm only gonna use 2 heads. Yeah, I might use 5 heads. I'm not sure, but only 2 heads is necessary for this job to get it done in about 45 minutes. So I'm gonna do that, and yeah, we'll go from there. But this should be good. It should look good. The good thing from my perspective is, now that I've resized this to a size that I think would look better for the customer on the customer's product, is that reduced the stitches. Now this is only 4,334 stitches, which means these hats are gonna get done even faster. So I'm excited about knocking this order out. I'm excited about getting my customer, sending my customer some pictures of the hat done. And yeah, so let me just get on the phone and see what he wants. Now I'm just loading up my design on the machine so that I can do a test stitch. And in case you haven't noticed, I am really heavy on test stitch outs. Why? Because you should be. It doesn't take that much longer. You should definitely CYA and always do a test stitch on some fabric before you start embroidering, and your digitizing might be messed up. Always do a test stitch. Red, black, and green. Now while that test stitch out is embroidering, I'm gonna go ahead and hoop one of these hats. Now, hooping these hats is not as difficult as it seems. You're gonna hoop this the same way you would hoop Same way you would hoop a hat that has a non-structured hat is what I'm trying to say. Same way you would hoop a non-structured hat. So I'm gonna go ahead and use 2 pieces of stabilizer just to give it some extra stabilization right here. All right, so I got that on here. I'm gonna grab my hat, and on my hat, I wanna make sure these hats have tags in it. You wanna make sure you hoop in the right part, all right? You wanna make sure you hoop in the right part. And also you wanna take out the sweatband of the hat, because these hats do have sweatbands in them. And you're just gonna put the sweatband, just like anything else. Take the sweatband, feed it in there. Feed the sweatband in there, right? And you wanna look for the right and the left. Let me go ahead and feed these underneath here. You want the back side underneath, and this side underneath here also. All right. This is just like anything else, guys. But there's a little trick to this though. So now that you got that sweatband in there, you gotta kind of like curve this like this and come across like this and get this in that same groove that you would a regular hat, right? And you're making sure your stabilizer is giving you a nice flat surface right here, stabilizing it, all right? I'm gonna pull this down in that crease right here, and cross over here. I'm not gonna lie, these are a little bit more complicated to hoop, and you gotta kind of like crease that side over here. The reason why you're creasing both sides of the hats is because there's no other way to make sure that you can hoop it, right? And also you want to adjust it and get your hat kind of in the center, and you can use these little notches in the hat right here to make sure it's kind of in the center. And just like anything else, you twist it a little bit to your left, because when you go ahead and lock it down, it's going to pull to the right a little bit. All right, so I'm just going to bring this up, back in that crease again, boom, and latch it in on the other side. All right, on that crease. And what's happening right now is the stabilizer is giving it a nice flat surface right there. So now when I lock it in, it's exactly in the center. All right, so now this is ready to be embroidered on. If the hat happens to twist on you a little bit like this one did, it's okay, it's not that serious. Just come back, twist it back. You're not like locked in, right? Like you wanna get this right. You wanna get your preparation together. You wanna get your preparation right, because it'll make the whole process a lot easier once you get your preparation right and you get everything together and hooped up correctly. All right, so hold this side down, boom, locked into place, boom, good to go with this one. All right, nice flat surface right there, ready to go. In case you want to see me do another one, guys, let's do it. Here we go. It's a little bit tricky. It is trickier than doing a standard size, a standard non-structured hat, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's pretty cool. You'll get the hang of it. 2 pieces of cutaway, 2 pieces of tearaway, boom, grab that, grab your hat. It's the back of the hat right here. Not all hats are gonna have a tag in the back, all right? So because that's the back, this is the front. Grab my sweatband, put it in there, same way you would a structured hat. Put the bottom over the bottom hooks right here. And this is the most trickiest part right here. The most trickiest part right here is, I'm gonna tilt it to the left a little bit, getting this right here to be right. And what you wanna do is you kinda wanna get this so you can see that first eyelet, all right? On both sides. Now that I have that correctly, right, you want to position it correctly, slightly to the left, so that when you do that final tug, everything falls into place. And what's going to happen, guys, you want to get the hat the teeth of the hat in this groove right here, right? But the tricky thing that's going to happen to you is sometimes the latch won't want to latch because something is not quite right. So the key is to get the latch to latch on smoothly. All right, you'll see what I'm talking about. So if I come over here with the latch, all right, I'm gonna put it in the groove, the teeth in the groove right here, right? And then I'm gonna make sure the latch drop down so that the latch itself can drop down perfectly. Hook it on the hook, and now I'm looking to make sure it's centered. Lock it in place, and that's perfectly done right here. So you got a nice smooth surface to embroider on. I'm looking at both of the eyelets. It's in the center. Nice smooth surface. And this one is ready to go. All right. Now I didn't put this quite on exact, but what matters is the front embroidery area. The front embroidery area is ready to go. All right. Yeah. Another tip I want to give you is you definitely want to make sure that you are locking your hat down incorrectly. By locking your hat down, I mean that these snaps right here are snapping and staying, right? And there's no play in any of them. You want to make sure that that is done correctly, because if there's a little play in your hat, then they could potentially ruin your whole design. All right, so we're good to go on these. So I'm going to do a little trace. I'm going to do a little positioning actually, and I'm going to do a little trace. All right, boom, boom, boom. We're looking good, baby. We're looking good. Oh yeah, let's start this up, baby. Here we go. Turn on the light too. So I contacted my client and they gave me full creative control to go ahead and do anything I wanted to do as far as the colors are concerned. So I'm really excited about that. I love working with clients that are confident enough in my ability and my judgment to give me full creative control. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give him a few things that he mentioned that he wanted, and then go ahead and go in on the other ones as far as colors are concerned, on some things that I think would look right with this specific client's design and stuff like that. So yeah, love it when that happens. Now I can't speak for anybody else, but one of my favorite parts of embroidery is cleanup time. When it's time to clean up your design, you get to sit back, admire your work, rip off the stabilizer, all right, send your client a picture or two of what you did so they can anticipate getting their final product. Trim away and clean up all the like little loose threads if there are any, and just take your time and admire your work and know that this specific project is behind you, and you can move on to the next batch of money, the next client, the next thing to do. Yeah, cleanup is one of my favorite parts. Except if I'm really, really busy. And right now, I'm really, really busy. I'm just keeping this, you know, taking it easy. And it's good to take it easy and pace yourself when you're doing this stuff too. So, yeah. Hats came out great. Client's gonna love it. Embroidery looks good, nice and clean. Hope you guys learned something in this tutorial. I just want to show you guys mainly how to hoop a bucket hat. I hope it was very helpful, and let me know what else you guys want to see. I think we're going to do a white toner video next, because I want to show you guys how to do hard surface transfer on a white toner transfer printer. I think that's cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Guys, if you want any custom embroidery work done, talk to me. adubbproductions@gmail.com. Talk to you later. Peace.
Turn up that, crank it up while it's listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby.